Traveler, Paimon, I'd like your assistance.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories. There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Sure. Where?
I want to go back to where we first. I believe there may still.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
Are you worried that my worry?
Wow, Hazel.
The more cases you. This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, but I'd like to go over everything that happened.
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her.
And then what happened?
Then, Paimon saw some sort of...
Based on your account, it does really seem...
Exactly!
It's possible, but even if she is a ghost.
Wasn't she after our...
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh.
Think about it. Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its powers.
That does...
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some condition that had to be met. You know, but if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the...
But why would she want to scare... Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could... Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have a...
Based solely on your account, but this evidence alone, though... Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some tree branches seem...
I see. Aside from the bent branch, if only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys! We heard you were out searching for clues, and we... Oh, that's really brave of you.
Actually, we're also really unsure about what to... We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about that lady's either a nasty evil spirit or a formidable yokai. Either way, it's not good. But we...
We long admired the friendship between Lord Kamai and the samurai. Which is why we... Even though our...
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have... Welcome to the team. Let's all...
Don't worry, we're very familiar with the area. We won't miss any clues. Look what I found down by the river! Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of...
This is a...
Shade cloth?
Yeah. It can effectively block out light and is used in a variety of... There's a rough tear in the cloth, probably called...
Branches?
Suppose that when the shade cloth was removed, either she didn't care...
But why would she hang shade cloth in the trees?
I'm only speculating. Maybe she used it to create the... Let's not worry about that. Next, I'd like to investigate the place where the Arataki...
Oh, I know the way. I asked the gang members where their encounter with the ghost happened when we...
Good. Let's go find out what's going...
This is the place. They claim that
We saw the very same
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we...
I found some sort of smell. The inside of it.
Judging from the brother,
There's some strange powder in the crack. I picked some up and sniffed it to see what it...
I believe we're closing in on the truth now. I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered, she possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with...
some small
First and foremost, the test of courage You were initially frightened by your first... Because you were already tensed up. You were breathing more rapidly, and that's when she pulled down...
So, it was all just a she tricked us!
There is, however, still one loose end. The person who commissioned my investigation did become stranded on the beach as a result of some unusual... That couldn't have been accomplished by just a few small props. But if she possesses such powers, why She can only use props to scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach.
Whoa.
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then only one possible... I know who the woman is. Let's go to the beach.
We'll come along.
No. You should go back and tell the others not to be afraid and not waste their time searching the forest. The truth has surfaced.
Okay. If you run into any...
There shouldn't be any danger now. Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai, so who are you?
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any
Don't move. Just your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your
yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
Your yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own body. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power, but that ability weakens as it moves, and if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated... Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumogami?
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru. That...
Chizuru? If you're a yokai, you should understand why Besides, we had a great time playing Akitsu...
Yes. That's why. That's why I...
Sad?
I'm sure the yokai have already told you of the story about Kamai befriending the but they don't actually know. The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked for. Lord Kamai, people often say, we yokai are different from humans. When the dream, even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye.
Oh.
So, you...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last but those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu Yugen here, which woke me from my slumber. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? Oh.
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected, but that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu Yugen and sell them for a profit. That's why I used my yokai power.
Ah, so that's what happened. By the way, how did you know the rest of the story about Kamai and the samurai?
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already figured it out. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita? Oh,
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu. You gradually developed sentience after being influenced, even with the yokai. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of...
Miko! And the shrine?
I apologize for causing you concern. It was...
Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation, the better.
So you're the one responsible for all the...
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has...
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime, but it can't go unpunished. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the 3rd round of the test of courage because you
Miko! Lady Yae!
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of sentience.
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's shoulder.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed, though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting... I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with...
Huh? When was that?
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't notice me. You must have been blaming yourself all this time. You knew Kamai and...
At the time, after they first met, but after they said their final goodbye, Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more things than I do. People meet. But is it really worthwhile for us
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with...
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the samurai that you are missing.
What do you mean?
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto, who also happens to be the founder of the Soran Ishin art. It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art, Tominaga Masanari. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally...
Oh,
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a lifespan, and the day will inevitably come when we must. However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken. There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. And I also heard that you won the I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion. Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence. Now, tell...
Right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival. I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a... That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival anyone...
Hooray for...
Oh.
Can we really trust this guy?
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there. Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running.
You're the best, Ito!
And what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look, too. It has been some time since I've attended a festival.
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito does have... a festival, delicious food. Count Paimon in!
all right, I'll join.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a...
Fishing.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish. Just the other day, I caught a fish.
That's an unusual problem.
Huh? A big fish?
Huh? You wrote a letter to Yai Publishing House?
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing.
Huh. What a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar...
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and... Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aw, the string snapped. Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks.
Don't worry. Let me show you a...
Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon see this game in some light now.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the trap...
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good. You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so...
Oh, it's you. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt. Oh.
Yeah. Now...
Huh? Oh,
Phew, I'm stuffed. And feeling a little...
by the way, Were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten... Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume Kozo.
He looked like he really wanted...
But Paimon wanted one too.
All right, then I'll...
Yay!
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a...
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall.
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off?
All right.
It's so hot.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a...
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has...
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. And besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little fright is good to release any tension she might have accumulated lately.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having...
Yeah!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively. But even if you could attend because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival...
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to her alone?
What did you want to say to us?
You saw through me again. I can't help but feel you...
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Traveler, do you have a moment? All right, here will do. Thank you for agreeing to come with me. Actually, I was delighted. I was a yokai. I wanted to go to more festivals, but every evening, then I would wonder. As a result, I was convinced. I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I expected you to flee in terror, but I knew you mistook me as one of the yokai. Perhaps it's because... Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for taking... When we played Akitsu Yugen, Paimon said the loser would have to grant the... At the time, I wished for us to never cross paths. However, you still came and found me. Meaning, you never granted my wish. Let me think. I wish for you to remember me. No. I only have one wish, so I better make it count. Okay. I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
Take it easy.
Decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs. time for a quick snack? I'll whip one up in no time. If there's nothing better to do, we can go foraging for ingredients. decide whether pyrosides taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs. Is there time for a quick snack? I'll whip one up in no time. Explosion test. Swirl, mark chip. Let me scrub. Delve into destiny. Nice and spicy. Scatter. Gola, get them. Propagate. Let me scrub. At the frying pan, Leave my space! Shadows of... Stand clear. Propagate.
fools into death!
Hakuba, get them!
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Thank you for Ad Astra Abyssosque.
And
Hello there.
Wangsheng funeral. So you're out here?
Hardly.
I'm not sure it's every. Anyway, please bother someone else if you don't mind.
Another failure. Still, not the end of the world.
Paimon's curious. Does this approach ever work out for you?
I know you're
Don't apologize. Ever hear the saying?
If you keep talking like this, I'll have.
No. But Wangsheng.
You really don't give up, do you?
Are you? Thank you.
Not really. This is just
business development. Surely you don't.
Then what was it exactly? Traumatization?
No. I was helping to find somebody. As it turns out, the big G, the three we saw just now. So we just had a quick chat and.
Why didn't you say so? Paimon thought you had some kind of sixth sense for, people in declining health.
Huh? Were you serious?
Paimon was trying to
well, let's leave that for now and.
Mung, I'm back.
I see.
Who is this Big G?
I guess Big G was... I've never forgotten. But recently, I can't help but wonder. Perhaps, how would I ever
That's what... And in fact, what Mung has said is entirely plausible. But as for
But are you sure there's no danger?
You see what I mean? Those people we found today...
Wong Hill, childhood friends?
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? My name's Luo Chung. Some of my friends and I went to... I think...
Say no more.
You believe so? And if the curse is the symptoms I'm having...
Wong Hill?
Hold your horses, both of you. There's no...
Isn't that exactly what you...
Wangsheng Funeral...
All right. Don't panic. Leave it to me. You've come to the right person. However, in order to lift the curse, we need a suitable location. Come with me, my trusty assistants. I'm going to need your help.
I guess...
Help him make the preparations first. When you're ready...
Okay, I guess.
Right.
Rituals are you...
No ritual at all.
Eh?
Wait. You didn't take all that vengeful god's curse. You saw those. Now, I've seen too many people. And the best way to do...
Seth, you're onto something.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will... What I can do is pretend to pull back...
Makes sense.
Do you know the history of the Yaksha? They once fought against the Aint. That resentment turned in. The plague took the lives of many. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading.
Paimon didn't see that.
Yes. Anyway, it took many years. But eventually the plague was completely eradicated. We've dealt with similar. To sum it up, we are gate. So when I say this... Anyway, let's... You're finally here! Now, look here. This device is used to drive away, but don't worry. The Traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you.
Will that really solve...
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, would... All right, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant...
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
Animal hypostasis and you...
I'm counting on you!
Shadows of fate!
At the frying pan! Propagate!
How are you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes, I feel more. I can't express how great.
Great. In which you this exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old and those were real monsters, not a manifestation. So riddle me this. If I didn't do anything to lift the curse, then what's the
curse? Then why was I...
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just...
How unexpected.
I also didn't expect...
Don't mention it. Human life is short.
Wow. I
feel relieved to see, since we are done with the...
I believe that won't... He found us.
Big G...
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
This is Big G? He's just a ton.
Well, he is a spirit. Let's bring him back to Wangsheng.
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even...
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. It was a twist of...
Actually, she pretty much summed it up.
Huh?
Don't ever question...
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to... I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone. A few days ago, some people...
It must have been...
I was discovered?
Well, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Yeah, Hu Tao and Meng were searching for you all over the place.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction.
So, all of this, why didn't you just...
It's too high for me. I get scared.
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights.
I knew I wouldn't have found...
I'm so relieved that you...
Like I said, don't ever...
But he just said he
Well... Meng and I will escort Big G back to Wuwang Hill. You meet with those three and they're all friends, can't...
That's not a good idea. I don't want to scare them.
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. So be careful what you say when...
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan? At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
Oh, you. I don't know why, but he must have had his reason. Did he tell you?
Yeah, he just, theoretically.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like I can make it for you. I'm sure he'd appreciate.
Deal! Just...
Julian chilies are... Great. This should... I'll get started on the... when everyone's ready.
Great! Meng told us about you.
That's true. Yeah, it didn't take long for his... But I know there's nothing... So...
How did you know?
Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and... Here. Take this. Today.
Wow.
So, having found me...
We already...
I see. If it's Songzi you're after, I've got an errand to run. I'll come find...
Reminiscing about old times.
Our hometown was completely...
They've just been telling. I make artisan. A few days ago, I've already spoken to the manager.
Seems like you already...
I think the Plostrites are...
Doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace else. Doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace else. These look like what Sungza was talking about. Let's head back.
Who's that skulking around?
As I gaze out upon the sea,
My thanks to both of you. Okay, I wrote all 5 of our names inside the lantern. You know, during the annual no matter what...
As for the matter...
But if you get the chance, and that the things we once spoke of...
Thank you. Big G is lucky to... We got everything we need. Let's go to Wulong Hill and find Hu Tao and the others.
You're back already? Sooner than I expected. You didn't go spilling the...
Does Paimon look that
I'm nevertheless when it comes... Which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Guard the border between life and death. This is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's most important...
So what about us?
Of course not. After all, you were caught up in all this already. Just like... And where we're going, don't be surprised. All of it exists within the border between the living and the dead. An ordinary place, really. The only special thing about it, whatever you do, don't get all worked. So listen to everything I say.
I'm unscared, but like Hu Tao says... Wow! What is this place?
Somewhere close to death, but not like the hell or underworld from the tales of old. This is just a place where the ley lines tend to go a little bit haywire. So keep your cool. Follow me. The farewell ceremony site is just up ahead.
That pattern looks familiar.
From the right angle, you can make out the whole thing.
Oh, just like last time!
Nice and spicy.
This place doesn't feel at peace.
That's why it's named the border. You can't just cross whenever you please. You need to have a little... How do people normally put it? Pomp and ceremony?
I'm pretty sure that's not how people put it.
By the way, I imagine Adventurers Guild members are good at making order of things. See if you can find a way to get the right things into the right places. Usually it requires a bit of destruction as well as elemental reactions. On your marks.
You talking to us? But there aren't enough. So confusing. Let's have a look around. Or up ahead.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Nice and spicy.
Huh? Isn't this where we just were before?
Curses.
What in Teyvat is going on? Have we even been moving forward this whole time?
Constantly being sent back to the beginning. Everything resets.
We're stuck! The spirits have trapped us!
Don't be daft. You've put my mind at rest. Seems it's not easy for ordinary folks to cross over.
So you set us up?
Yeah. If you don't have enough, then why not just carry it through a few more times? Curses!
Nice and spicy.
We're stuck! The spirits have trapped us!
Don't be daft. You've put my mind at rest. Seems it's not easy for ordinary...
Finally! Paimon thought we were gonna...
That's exactly the point.
So, that's the
Yep.
What?
Welcome to the farewell ceremony site. Our destination is just up ahead. I know you're excited, so feel free to have a look around and talk amongst yourselves. Soon you'll find out there's nothing special about this place.
It's the lantern rite again. Wouldn't it be cool if we got to see the lanterns ourselves one day?
You can make a wish without a lantern, you know.
Yell it.
As soon as the first person yells, and everyone else just joins in.
That's right.
Alright. If that's so funny, what
To get rich, of course.
Yeah, if you get rich, you could buy that
Not just one for everyone.
Well, if Momo...
Whoa, it's tough getting rich.
As for me, I want to learn to make Ningxiao lanterns. The big kind!
Yeah, that...
Anyway, me?
It brings back so many...
It's been so long. Have all those wishes really come true?
We asked each of them for Little Wu's become a chef. Mumu's a successful businessman, and Songza makes great shell lanterns.
Really? Wow.
We've never forgotten our childhood dreams. We've kept them anyway.
Hey, take a hint. Let's give them some space to go over the good old days.
Take the hint?
Monks already crossed. As I explained, during the Archon War, such were the times
they must have paid a huge price.
After by that I mean it took a long time. Longer than you'd think to restore balance and What you make of my words is up to... We live in peaceful times, but this harmonious coexistence between... Huh? It's about to...
What kind of...
I just mean where we first bumped... I think we did everything we could, but if you ever really...
I won't, I promise! Now that I know that my friends are doing so well...
I also want to thank you.
So you should also mind my warning, Mung. If you won't let go...
How can you say such horrendous things with that smile on your face?
Well then, last but...
See you later, Big G.
Not like that. You won't be seeing him later. Let's stick to...
No worries. I'm sorry. Of all the wishes we yelled that day, only ours hasn't come...
Nah, don't be bothered by that. No.
Alright,
He's gone then. I thought that closure would bring me relief.
So, what would...
Well, after each of us has started a family and built a career, that's why I envy my friends so much.
That's right. Also, so enjoy your life while you...
Either way, I don't think...
No worries. It's a good...
Aren't you forgetting about something?
I took you to the border and let you have a look around, didn't I? But based on your reaction, it seems like you...
That big...
I was fishing around on your beat. I'll keep my eyes open in case anything crops up.
You don't sound like you...
I'm not an expert on tracking down the living. However, if you want me to summon someone from the other side of the board...
Oh, stop saying...
Relax. I'll help you look for them. You have my word.
Reasons?
The spirits we saw near the border are the dead that still long for the world of the... But I've never seen any of the previous directors there. This means that becoming the director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was the right decision for them.
It's Ippei and Shinojo! Guess they... Anyway, let's go say hi. Hi, Ippei. Hi.
Oh, it's you. I was just ordering some clothes.
You know these two as well?
Yes, they helped me and Master Kamaji out a great deal last... What about you?
Also a chance encounter.
So we all know each other, huh?
Not exactly. Somehow we ended up on the topic of Master Kamaji and Lady Hiragi's relationship.
It's probably fine.
Oh, yeah! That's old news, though.
We have reason to suspect that they'll be getting married.
Wow, that's great! They can finally make it.
Of course, this is just personal speculation. They haven't announced anything, and we wouldn't dare to ask.
I was instructed to place an order for some formal wear for a big banquet. Turns out that Ippei received the exact same instruction.
They're both preparing for a banquet at the same time. They're both purchasing the kind of fine wine and confectionery normally...
Lady Hiragi has been in...
This is wonderful news!
What's wrong? Oh, don't mind me.
Right? I think so too.
Yes, but we shouldn't... Now, if they sent me...
Shinoju doesn't look like he's taking this...
Sorry, I'm ashamed to be so out of...
Are you worried about their wedding?
Not exactly,
I get what you mean, I really do.
What should we do?
I don't know. That seems a bit rude.
Right! If Ayaka knows...
I don't think it's a good idea.
It's fine.
I see.
Let's go to the Kamisato...
This place impresses me.
We'll just wait here.
Ayaka wouldn't mind.
Honestly, even if we did come with you, we wouldn't know.
All right then.
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing. Now what should I do next?
Ayaka, Toma, it's us!
Hey guys, it's been a while. If you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh? That voice. Toma, would that happen to be the traveler?
Yes.
Greetings, traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head of the Kamisato clan and Yashiro commissioner, Kamisato Ayato. Greetings, both. Ayaka is out today. If you are here regarding anything related to the Kamisato clan, you are quite welcome to discuss it with...
Hi. You're...
Why on earth are you talking like...
Well, he seems like a pretty powerful person. He's already working his way up Paimon's list of people to never mess with. Look, as soon as he stands up, the whole atmosphere in the room...
You shower me with praise undeserved, my little guest. There is no need to be quite so formal. This is a private residence.
Oh, good. We heard a rumor that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato are gonna get...
Oh? I wouldn't have thought you'd heard about that yet. I see. Well, it's true. It wasn't long ago that the head clans of two commissions are to become joined through marriage. Since the Yashiro Commission presides over cultural and ceremonial affairs...
Yes. And since the commissions are kind of the face of the Almighty Shogun to the masses, this wedding is one that we have to treat as a serious affair.
Right! Makes sense. Two true...
It is. High-profile matrimonial links between two commissions are extremely rare. But these two truly love each other.
All right then. I'll be sure to pay them a visit.
No need. I'll visit...
Huh?
This is a marriage between the Kujo clan and the Hiragi clan. The Kamisato clan must demonstrate an appropriate level. The work of the Yashiro Commission is indeed multifarious, but she is presently occupied with other matters. And and would you two care to join me? I presume you two have a special connection with the individuals in question, or you would not be quite so... This being the case, why not come and offer your best wishes too? Or...
Oh, it's It's not as interesting as you make it sound. No, we just agreed to help deliver a letter this one time, that's all. Although wait, does that mean we helped make this wedding happen? All right then.
I cannot thank you enough.
Wait, you're the Yashiro commissioner? But you can't do small...
Small talk is a chore. Of course, there are some... Toma, I'm heading out with my 2 guests now.
Not a problem.
Ah, you're finally...
Oh, Yashiro...
They're friends of ours. Paimon will do the...
So it's true. Well, there we have it.
Great, so our hunch was spot on.
It is a little inappropriate for me to have shared news of this magnitude with you. So I would be much obliged if you could keep it in strict confidence until...
Don't worry, sir. We give you our word.
That puts my mind at ease. Now, on the topic. We'd like to pay a visit to the Kujo clan.
Of course not.
I guess this is where I...
Aw, cheer up.
I'll try. Thank...
All right, then.
Okay. Thanks, Ippei. I apologize that your impromptu visit comes at a busy time for us, Commissioner. Otherwise you can be—
I don't mean to impose, Sir Kujo. In fact, I'm not here on official business. I heard the good news about yourself and Lady Hiragi. What a glorious marital alliance this shall be.
I'm truly honored. I hope the news didn't come as too—
Hey there! We came to congratulate you as well.
Since the incident with the Takatsukasa clan, things in the Tenryou Commission have slowly started to stabilize. I'm still acclimating to the position of acting head of the clan. I just hope I'm up to the task. So
You're far too modest. The public thinks very highly of you. They say you're hardworking, upright, and responsible.
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't have achieved anything.
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
Come on now. Pardon me.
It's perfectly all right. Please, continue. I'm quite It's a joyous occasion. Light-hearted is exactly how things should be.
You're right. But I am curious to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing?
Of course not. Where there is true love, nothing should be allowed to stand in its way. No doubt people will offer you a color.
Indeed I am.
So please be confident. Nevertheless, there is just one small aspect of this that puzzles me a little.
Please, go ahead.
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryou Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But on the other side of this equation, Lady Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke, is still in prison. If you choose now, of all moments, to announce a marriage between the Hiragi and Kujo clans, the kinds of rumors that may begin to spread both among the general...
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself, Sir Kamisato. This has been... Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me having any contact at all with Chisato. In the past, we've always had to communicate in secret by sending letters. So although now may not look like the best timing for this marriage, it may well be the only opportunity we have.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, he acts like this sweet old man.
I can see where you're coming from. But you're only postponing the problem, not solving it.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. But since Chisato had the courage to ask me to marry her in spite of everything, how can I well, sort of. She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation... It's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter.
Huh? Really?
She didn't say. She just acted confused by the whole thing. She really committed to it. I'll never forget the look on her face.
Oh,
Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending, so I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter. And after making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details of the wedding.
Okay. So you discussed it?
We did. I guess it was a chance to finally express our commitment to one another, clearly and complete. And you know what? I think it was about time. No matter what happens next, I will always be—
Oh, give me a break. Sorry, but Paimon's been wanting to say this the whole time. Is it just this?
Apologies, my friends. And also to Sir Kamisato.
Far from it. On the contrary, seeing you so positively smitten puts my mind at rest. No surer evidence could there be of your true feelings and your commitment. If I wish you a joyous wedding when—
Yeah, even if it's kinda—
Thank you all.
We have some other business to attend to now.
Very well.
He seems busy.
You're right. Kujo Kamaji is on cloud 9. What do you think, Traveler? He chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi Chisato. It bothers me also. But, unfortunately, attempting to seek the truth of the matter would likely—
Yeah, how come? Whenever we come across stuff like this on our—
I see. In my opinion, we face two obstacles in this case. Firstly, secondly, and more importantly, the person involved does— If we intervene without his blessing, good intentions may lead to catastrophic—
You do have a point.
Everything in the world is intertwined. What looks like a simple outcome is often the result of multiple conflating reasons. Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious— Sort of. My opinion is something like this. When something strange happens, instead of trying to find out what could have caused it, it is better to look at the situation. If the outcome is positive, and no one was deceived or harmed in the process, then it is acceptable. We don't know yet. After all, we don't know what Hiragi— I have to say, I'm impressed by your ability to zero in on the issue from such a short meeting. Most insightful of you. You are thorough and thoughtful, just as my sister describes.
Huh? But—
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. I wish to know Hiragi— Don't worry about it. If she's as committed as Kujo Kamaji, perhaps they can navigate the Well, life isn't always a smooth—
There is still much to prepare for the— Should we also invite some prominent business leaders who—
At the very least.
I agree. Hello there, Yashiro Commissioner.
To what do we owe the—
As it happens, would Lady Hiragi happen to be available?
Our lady is entertaining guests right now.
But please, do come in. We—
Hey! Paimon is not in it!
You misunderstand. These— We don't wish to impose. We'll just wander around in the Apologies for the interruption while you're busy with preparations.
Nonsense, Commissioner. No imposition at all. This way, we're merely doing the best we can to make this way—
When the time comes—
That sounds splendid. We'll leave you to it.
Take care,
Seems like you guys talked a lot without actually saying anything.
Hence why I dislike small talk. Our timing was not ideal, but never mind. I spotted a stall on our way over where we can pass the time. The owner always manages to come up with novel ideas. I'm one of his regular customers.
Oh, it's Tomoki!
Ah, it's you! Seems like you're always—
Oh? So—
Yep, we tried his dango milk.
Ah, I see. I'd caught wind of this dango milk, I always order when I noticed he'd say.
Thanks to you all, my businesses gave me the on the one hand, so I gave it a lot of thought and finally.
Sounds interesting.
I've decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all sorts of ingredients, and they pick and choose. As well as Dango, I now offer rice cake, purple potato balls, black sugar, and sunsettia.
Do they really all go?
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here?
Well, I guess so. Any novel ideas you have, Commissioner, please feel free to tell me. The whole idea was to let my customers...
Excellent. Lavender melon, seagrass...
What? You want to mix those with...
I do indeed.
You really think that's gonna turn out...
It's all about the experience. The taste is Traveler.
Sounds like a risky choice.
3 milks with lavender melon.
No problem. Here, your milk is ready.
Yep, just as Paimon suspected.
I think it tastes all right. It makes me feel in touch with Mother Nature.
Your review seemed pretty positive.
Taste is your key concern.
Obviously.
Well said. Yes. Having my sister at...
We're just passing the...
1 or 2 thing. Let's continue this discussion. I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence. No, it was just a small detail. I was curious to know that... Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan. But that's not...
What do you mean?
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-Commission. Hiragi Chisato is the sole remaining pillar of her clan. But now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belonged to one of the assisting clans to the Hiragis, I would not... But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said, I imagine they didn't want to just keep a close eye on them, Hisashi.
Yes, sir.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
This is one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
Merely doing my duties.
Keep a close watch on the...
Well received. I'm on...
Oh, and...
As you wish, sir.
Oh no, poor Toma.
Sir Kamisato, Lady Hiragi's previous engagement is now concluded.
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see Hiragi.
Thanks for coming. Maybe this whole create...
Chisato?
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi. How?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet. You must be so busy. Thank you.
But of course. The Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding and a...
This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work hard. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you.
Yes. But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises have comforted me.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, in case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo
Oh!
He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamaji. He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of... But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this... He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a...
It's just two families becoming one big family, though.
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet of life. After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes there.
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. I'm so sorry. I can't...
No problem at all. The Yashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. For instance, by helping you gather your thoughts on the matter. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was but we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear.
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed.
Fancy lettering, you say. So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have...
When it comes down to it... Yes, I think so.
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh?
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance. Who knows? Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his play.
I understand. As you say. But my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about anything, but now,
Marriage is the most important decision of your life. It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult time. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that goes against your will. To be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future, not a bittersweet one.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves.
Oh, wait!
Thank you, Lady Hiragi, but there will be no need. Traveler, let's find some way.
Crowdsourcing competition is now underway.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally Hayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her...
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commissions' domestic issues will only create trouble. The more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato...
Strange?
Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible, and if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious... Think about this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. When someone's words and actions do not match, yes, it's a smart strategy. Even had the forged letter failed and been seen for what it was. But if the letter with Hiragi Chisato having married... Actually, we have evidence. His name...
Shinojo?
Yes, sir?
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes. His name is Shino.
As I expected, they cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo Kamaji, and the wedding was sure. But after Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts. In their eyes, Officer Shinojo has interfered with their plan.
But why did they suspect?
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation with Chisato the entire time. That's why I was a little...
No way!
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not... Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated. Treated like a pawn with... Despite all of this, when she formally marries in...
Marriage is such...
Easier said than done. We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face immense public At this stage, if the perpetrators wish to maintain control over the situation, their only option is to come out from the shadows and bare their fangs. I will wait for that, but first things first, tell me where Shinojo is. Stop this at once.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our...
Really?
Soldiers, quick!
I must withdraw.
Cascade!
Withdraw. Blast. Let's go. We must report to Master right.
Hey, get back!
No need to follow them. We need bait to catch the fish in. I think I saw a key fall to the ground, but...
What the? It's a tanuki? Oh.
Let's follow it and see.
Thank you. Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea. Oh, wait! You...
Calm down, Shinoja.
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next...
Yashiro Commissioner, your person...
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-Commission, and the stability of all Inazuma is at stake. My hitherto neutral stance... The almighty Shogun has always despised these pathetic power games. Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Traveler, Paimon.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner, I hear you showed up here with no explanation. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission.
I heard that some Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not
Abuse! Nonsense! Out of nowhere. I dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise...
2 people from 2 different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking? Even if she marries, we are. Loyalty, and even if we put it down...
Darn it! This guy is good.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep...
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. The reason they give is this.
You... I say, Yashiro Commissioner.
Far from it. In my mind, the Kanjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright, and it is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of...
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations with...
The evidence is standing right in front of me, is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant. You studied hard and took a government position in your years of service. I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura.
This is at most a Kanjo Commission. You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold then as to... I think you are simply opposed to an alliance, so you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and...
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit, you clearly are far more talented than I at monitoring the power balance within the Tri-Commission.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is going to change that. The notices have already been sent out. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting. But you can bet it's all anybody's talking about once the notices go out. That's it. So suddenly we see eye to eye.
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most.
Kamisato Ayato.
You've made your move. Now,
what do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and the Tenri? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a concept? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking.
Hey! What was all that?
They had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and... Let's see how things are in Inazuma City. Then, I'll...
daughter of the Kanjo Commission's Hiragi.
Sounds like an all-around...
For sure.
Good luck to them,
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden.
Yeah, about that.
I see. So someone's trying...
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But we must take Lady Hiragi...
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love. And I've promised her that I'll do everything...
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your... Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help. I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think... I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent, gentle... For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you. Are you really okay with that?
I love her with all my heart, and would do anything. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated. Yashiro Commissioner, you're right. It was naive, but it's too late now, isn't it? They're noticing...
I have a plan. But, Sir Kujo, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists. Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this?
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjo. The context for this is that... But what if we were to imagine for a moment the only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission, and so... Your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission, to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjo Commission as soon as possible. Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have any reason...
I see. This is...
Exactly. By doing so, once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their Then, we...
Got it.
So the next...
We have to make sure that the behind-the-scenes story comes to the attention of our... Matsura, with whom I spoke earlier, will now be fearing the worst. No doubt he'll be on the lookout for the first sign of a crisis. In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a breeding ground for our fake... Sir Kujo, there... It's almost time. My ninja has located one of the informants. That person is one of... Let's follow him.
Seems like he's noticed us. Knew he should have been quieter.
That person is one... Let's follow him.
Did you see that? Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
The Tenryo Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess... I think in all there must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujo Kamaji being overcautious. The news is spreading fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort the bride. I have to investigate.
He ran off!
As expected. Let's follow him.
Wow! It's like...
Excuse me, has something happened on this road? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place so...
Please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, the wedding... Sir Kujo decided to...
I see.
We are here to clear the way for not just us, either. You'll see more Sir Kujo holds Lady Hiragi and...
I understand. Sorry to Drat. It's exactly as Master feared. They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiragi to leave Rito. Wait, no. If Lady Hiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. But we're in no state to defend against a Tenryo Commission attack. I must tell Master right away.
He ran off again!
That should do it. The seeds have been sown. In this atmosphere, mounting suspicion will nurture fear among the Kangjo Commission. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment.
Are they really gonna own up at a...
If you're curious to find out, you can visit the Hiragi clan in Rito in a couple... I have some other business to attend to, so I will... In any case, we've made our... Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out in Hiragi Chisato's best interests.
He left kind of abruptly. Are things re... Paimon too...
These people from the Tenryo Commission...
I guess they're here...
I heard that the Kangjo Commission, to be honest, had...
Shh, stay quiet.
Right.
Hello. How may I help? We arrived. Sir Kujo, come. Since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we apologize. We promise our presence if this stalemate can...
How much longer does...
I have no idea. We're stuck in limbo here. Master's been very on edge these past few days. I understand that he's anxious, but I mean, what can...
Yeah, good advice. If Lady Hiragi is really taken away, then what will the Tenryo Commission do? And what will the Yashiro Commission do?
Hiragi Chisato is now at the center of every conversation in Rito. By now, the Kangjo Commission probably knows how important she is. But what about what she thinks?
Oh, Oh, Traveler, I assume you've heard about everything that's been going on out there.
Don't worry, we can explain everything.
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't. I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. I'm sorry. Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. I used to tell myself things I didn't feel real. I keep thinking back to what Sir Kami. I can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also...
Ah, Lady Hiragi, here you are. You... Wait, you're the ones who are... What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince Lady Hiragi to...
Calm down. They're my friends.
Friends? Are you sure? Lady Hiragi, I told you already, these are exceptional circumstances. You are extremely important to us. Who's to say they don't have a hit?
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say it!
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung lately, seeing everything as a threat. Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. Her arrival might well be your very last chance to fix this. The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. If this deadlock continues any longer, we will have This is not an order. All I need you to do is give me an explanation.
Understood, my lady. I shall discuss with the other...
Good job, Chisato.
I was so nervous. But yes, well, let's wait and see what happens.
We had a serious discussion and reflected on In all honesty, no one can handle the weight of the situation here. Everyone is besides themselves with worry. I'm so sorry. My actions were radical and duplicitous. Would you please give us a second chance? For my lady's sake, please give the Kanjo Commission another chance. I suppose you're the only person who can change the Tenryou Commission's mind will be the Yashiro Commission. We'll head off to the Kamisato estate shortly. Lady Hiragi, might I ask? By the way, aren't you a good friend of the Yashiro Commissioner? Please put in some good words for me. Yashiro Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Tenryou Commission has now occupied Rito, refusing to leave until... I realize I have greatly offended you with my atrocious actions. And I realize also that this must sound like the
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare before my next engagement. I fear this leaves no... So, please, if you would be so...
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Lady Hiragi is indispensable to us. We promised to... So, would it be at all possible for you to talk to Sir Kujo once more?
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath of the...
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation. We'll do everything we can to minimize the...
Master Ma... But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujo and I... If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. But Lady Hiragi and the inhabitants of Rito... If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the... Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean. Songbirds who... And as for the ones with excessively long tongues... Well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all.
Yes,
I've listened to your concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujo for you. But I can't.
I understand.
All right, you ought to return now.
Okay, then please excuse me.
Ah, yes, Lady Hiragi. I have some...
Oh? What? Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person.
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the Almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will. I did as I should, but now I'd like to take off my commissioner hat.
Oh, please.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult... My father worked in... My mother... This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to... Everyone thought that the... It may sound preposterous. Back then, I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes. And I also I didn't mind what became of me. But my family... Fortunately,
I think I now know. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me. I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty.
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now, when his clan was in crisis, it is time for me to make a...
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow... It might not sound exciting, but this kind of personal growth...
And I'm sure I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiragi clan. I'll think about marriage again after... This puts less pressure on Kamaji, and means I can support and protect myself without having to worry about becoming a burden or...
My best wishes to both of you were and remain heartfelt. When the time comes for the wedding to go ahead, I will come to congratulate you once more.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Take care, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. In fact, my recent experience...
She really has the air of a leader. Hats off to you two.
In fact, counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver. Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution.
Even so, Paimon could never come... Anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato...
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. Perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit. But for me, nothing matters more than the stability. A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiroku, but human desire will always be a factor in the equation. All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve. Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiragi is now. Dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier.
There were so... wait a second! You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very...
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything If you choose to give up your stance on something once, I didn't want to see her suffer because now... She has the chance to become her own person.
Okay then, guess we'll have to wait and...
All right. Farewell, and
Looks like everything's resolved. Masterfully done.
Didn't you like it?
Oh!
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure she's made a great...
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been... It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the...
There you go again, my lord.
Naturally.
This is where you've been, Tighnari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tighnari? Am I going to die? And tell Suna that I'm Tighnari?
What happened?
Okay, enough. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and...
Really?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself...
Oh...
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling it's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out,
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for... I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche.
What do we do? Mr.
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be... They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
All right.
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it in...
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or the only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn up.
We feel the same...
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have...
Surely that little girl must be leaving soon.
Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass.
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past...
Closed? Now that's...
It's a long story. Some of they were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old Our caravans had to pool together, Mora, to afford those parts. All the merchants talked it over and...
I don't get it. If these goods are so raising prices won't...
Mr. Forest Watch, we asked around. We can't keep waiting.
So the bandit... How many people were there?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many...
Nope.
Even if I tell you...
What the heck? The Avidia Forest?
To be honest, it came out of nowhere. We were all shocked.
I see.
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIP...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After... If you're interested, you can go and talk to...
All right. We'll go and have a word.
After the goods were stolen, it turns out that many others have also... However, the crab only sees a caravan carrying a large amount... Whatever the case.
That mechanical 10 of us might not even... Didn't the Academia... Our salaries even...
It's hurting again.
I heard from the caravan. We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it only shows up when the...
You haven't tried cap...
We have, but... However, we did It apparently... Once its stash grows large...
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its assuming normal operational if I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more, but it only goes after mechanical components.
Right.
So, you all found a way to...
Do you have any more mechanical parts with...
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh.
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. If we have... well...
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our...
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. We'll also need to borrow a Sumpter beast.
Oh, yeah. No problem at all.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, once it appears,
Don't worry. We're perfect.
It's hurting again.
How can my own brother say something like that about me? It's going to hurt